everybody. Welcome back to another KPC Weekend Live. It is October 21st, and here I am. Yes, I am up. Hello, lovely Amy and Lem in the chat. Let me know if you're watching and where you guys are all watching from, what time it is. And yes, this is going to be a chill, weekend live stream as we always have. Yeah. So there he is. Yes. It's alive. It's alive. Trenami Hyung in the chat. Kat, Germany, Evika, Travis, hello. Natalie, great to see y'all. My voice hasn't still recovered fully yet, so apologies for that. You'll have to hear my cracking up voice for one more week. But I think I'm getting better because I've definitely lost the coughs, and I'm not cold anymore. I don't have a temperature or fever. So I just have a little bit of remaining coughs and kare, whatever you call that in English. Yeah, the thing inside your throat. No title for this live stream? Very scared? Why are you scared? San Diego, hello Brenda. Hello Kel from Wales. Wow. Boston, Massachusetts, Joshua. Girls Girl, Amsterdam, Panama, Maruha, T. Rose from Iowa, Liz from Toronto, Eileen from Illinois, Plush Mickey 999 years ago from Hawaii. Hello everybody. Just want to say you look great. Really? I just woke up from a nap, so it must be a little bit, my hair's a little bit messed up, but thank you regardless. And yeah, I saw some activity before the live stream in the chat, but ever since I activated my new like the dock interface over here, it just got deleted. But I do see that Trenami Hyung has gifted 5 memberships to the chat, so thank you so much, Trenami Hyung. As always, goated. And Anaheim, California, New Hampshire. Hi Ryan. Oh, you're in Korea. Great. I hope you're enjoying the autumn weather. Vancouver, 9:12 a.m. Rory. Mississippi, basically me. Australia, Eclipse, Turkey, and Pennsylvania. Welcome everybody. Wow, we already have 134 people watching. I just realized I'm so grateful to have y'all watching my stream weekly, each Tuesday, each Sunday, because I've been I don't know where I got this, but I've just been randomly scrolling through threads and stuff, and I noticed a lot of content creators out there that yearn for viewers of any number. Yeah, either it's on Twitch or YouTube or TikTok. Yeah, there are a lot of struggling content creators out there that want at least one viewer to entertain, to share their stories with, to share their content with. And yeah, I'm just the sudden thought occurred, and I'm just very grateful for y'all hanging out over here and sticking with me. Despite me not being the most entertaining person. Yeah, I guess what I can do is just appeal to you guys with my genuineness. You're going to bake whilst listening to you. That's great. Hello, Chandler. Hello, Slav. Hello, Michael. Okay, I think we got all the regulars in the chat now. Hello, Kepi. Steven. Yes. Oh, you got gifted from Uncle Dan. That's great. So yeah, 150 people watching so far. Please press that like button. Hello, how are you? So actually, Great question to open. I'm doing pretty good, cause you know what? I think the past few weeks have been pretty depressing for me, cause there was just a lot of work. I didn't have any time. I felt a little bit lost, but I am still lost. But in terms of the grand scheme of life, but at least for this weekend, I don't know if I should be happy or not. I couldn't finish the deadline for an ad, a sponsored video I was supposed to do. Well, technically I did, but then, because of the time difference, and I delivered it at Friday Korean time, and I think, within the guidelines they said you need like a two-day early approval period from the client for us to get confirmed, like the video confirmed. So I guess like the weekend overlapped and I couldn't get it confirmed, so hence no video last week. I apologize for that. But in terms of work, it was a little bit stressful, and I'm still stressed out because like I have tons of stuff just piled up for the end of the month. I don't know how I'm gonna actually digest that, but well, for temporary relief, at least for this weekend, after that, deliverable was delayed because of my own, I guess, lack of diligence, I got the time to just rest a lot. Because I was sick also, like I was just in the bed for a long time, and I had some time to just, tuck in, nap a little bit, sleep a lot. That kind of rejuvenated my body, I guess, to some extent, although I'm still like a little bit ill. But some of you might have noticed if you follow me on Instagram that over the weekend, I had some fun. I hung out with my friends, and nothing beats hanging out with your good friends over the weekend. And we just went and had like a full hangout day, played tennis for 3 hours, went to like this nice shabu shabu place with kalguksu, and it was a type of Korean food that I've definitely eaten before, but the vibes were just very different because my married friend with 2 kids took us there because it was his neighborhood, and we went there, and it was just very like family friendly, and people in my age normally don't go to those kind of restaurants. We go to like trending pop-ups or like Michelin stars or like Instagrammable cafes and stuff. But this was like a very family friendly neighborhood, high standard kind of place because like everyone takes their babies there, and the food has to be very like mild, healthy, and good. So yeah, the shabu shabu was really good. There was like less MSG there, and we ate a lot. And then afterwards we went the full course. My friend, the married friend, got approval from his wife to hang out with us for an extra 2 more hours. Very benevolent act. So he was like, hooray, like this is so rare. Like I think she's giving me extra time because it's you guys. So after that we went to the jjimjilbang, which is like the public sauna. We had a bath together. We talked about life, and then post-marriage life and his perspective. My friend, who's a doctor who wants to get married right now, he was talking about like his thought process right now. So what he's divided in is like he has a current girlfriend which he very much syncs with and is compatible with and is even considering marriage. But then like in Korea, because like your parents' pressure and their authority over your life is pretty big, his parents don't want him to marry that person because of that person's family background. And the family background is actually pretty good in my opinion. Like as an individual, like a young Korean individual myself, I would be like, there's no nothing wrong with the family background because the parents are like both teachers. They don't have any debt. They're a loving family. The the girl herself is lovely and cute and good. So I'm like, what's the issue? But then like in Korea, if you're like over a middle class income or like maybe more towards the top of the pyramid, a lot of families try to match classes and asset class or background, educational background, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, my friend's family is kind of in disapproval mode, and the mother is constantly like, she registered to one of those like matchmaking companies, but a little bit of an older version of matchmaking. Like the matchmaking companies nowadays, they're very modernized. So they have like all these data statistics, and you send your photos, and they're very high tech and catered towards like the younger demographic. But like the ones that the moms use aren't very modernized. They're like very word to mouth, and these random ajumas that are apparently very like have a lot of connections within the community. They get like independent people that like I seen his mom sending him like everyday recommendations from that person, and it says like, oh, only child, father is a CEO of this company, mother is doctor, owns this house, lives in this area, Gangnam, wherever, owns a building worth like 50 million. Girl studied at Parsons, is a designer at this company right now, is 25, height is 160 something, weight is whatever, picture, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, blah 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 blah, and it's like a whole chart. And yeah, he was just very stressed out because like he has a person he loves, but then like his parents are like very very disapproving towards that. So, and actually, my advice to him was like, follow your heart. If you like that person, what's actually blocking you? You're a competent person yourself. You don't need that girl's wealth. You don't need that family's wealth, and you'll actually, live kind of a miserable life if you don't go into marriage without love and just look at the person's family background and all that kind of stuff. Do you want that? But then, actually, I was kind of surprised because my married friend, he gave totally different advice, and he was like, as a realistic and already married person, while I do agree to David to some extent, my advice would be, if you're very close to your parents and if your parents are very firm or very strict about this issue, and you think that this issue is going to follow you throughout your whole marriage and it's going to affect your relationship and the dynamics and the energy within your household, for example, you just push this through and your parents never approve this girl, and you start having subtle conflicts between your parents, and the parents try to bully your wife and all that, and the wife starts crying, and your parents say like, we're not gonna split our house or what do you call them, inheritance with the girl or whatever, everything should be under your name and blah 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 blah. If you foresee that happening, don't go that route. Like, respectfully, she's a young girl, and for the sake of her, if you already see the cracks opening within like the wife and family in-law relationship, then no matter how much you try, then it's going to be a very uphill battle. And like, if you're down for that, go for it, but that'll actually take a lot of risks on your side as well, and it's going to affect the happiness of your marriage. And then he was speaking out of experience too. And he said like he had to break up with one of his potential marriage partners in the past, although he really had a very strong relationship with the girl. At the end, his parents were also very conservative and very strict about certain conditions. And it was the same thing. His parents also gave him tons of options, and then at the end, he just married one of the people that his parents like recommended through like that service. And he's happy right now. And he said like at the end, the world is pretty big. There are a lot of people out there. There are a lot of good people among those options as well. Just because those are superficial sources and like very, what do you call them, money driven sources of like recommendations, that doesn't mean the person is per se like a very what do you call it, a bad person at the same time. So like explore your options, but yeah, it's up to you. So we had like this kind of deep talk, and for me I was just like, FML, like whatever, like I don't got anything, I'm just focusing on work. And they were all saying to me, they were like, we have a feeling that you aren't gonna get married until 40 and you're gonna enjoy your life to the fullest, make all those like the dads, like the married folks, jealous, like travel all around the world, like meet this girl, that girl, like pretty girls, models, all the whatever. And then you're gonna score yourself like a, I don't know, a 30-year-old idol or actress when you're 40, and then marry that person and live happily ever after. And I was like, where are you getting this from? And then they were like, yeah, we just see it. And I was like, no. But anyways, I think like the dominant theme among friends in my age nowadays, it's just marriage. Like nowadays it's just all about accumulating finances, and then like relationships, marriage wise, and all that. Yeah, so yeah, that was what we talked about. I think I missed a lot of chat because yeah, it's very hard to focus on the chat because like it's, my camera is right here and the chat is right above. So let me try to look at it. I play tennis with these friends. Yes, they are the friends I'm talking about. Yeah, and then that food looked great, right? Yeah, and then my other friend who didn't join us in the bath or the sauna, he was like, I'm not gonna get married. I'm gonna live alone. Yeah. That's sad. That's a little sad, I know, but it's reality as well. Is this friend super well off or something? He's not super well off, but his family is pretty well off. They have some assets, they have some land. They have the high lifestyle like of golfing every other week. He himself is a doctor. So yeah. Shouldn't she be happy that her son found someone is good to him and loves him? So crazy. I know, I understand that too. But apparently moms are just very harsh. There's like, son, I know that you like this person, but I know that there's like a gazillion other women out there too that are better fitting with your condition, and you can love that person too. So you're still very young. I hope you can give other people chances, and just don't know that there's not just this one woman out in the universe that is good to you. I think that's the mentality. Yeah, and the moms are just very focused on the son's well-being, and she just wants to escalate the son's quality of life as much as she can on her side, which is also sabotaging his relationship with the current girlfriend, which is very like hard to understand in my point of view, but I guess a lot of moms are like that in Korea. Yeah. Sounds very stressful, right? I hope she leaves him. They will bully him later. Yeah, exactly. That's like, if you see these seeds and roots sprouting already, like imagine what's going to happen when you actually marry. Oh, I have another friend. Oh, this is also a very sad story, so let me get to this in a while. Sangwoo is in the chat. Hi, David. Is your family like that too? I think my family wouldn't be that to that extent, because the premise here is that your family has to be like a significantly better off position than the other family. So my family is not rich. It's very middle class, My mom doesn't earn any money. My dad is like the only bread earner. The only assets they have is their own house that they actually live in. And I myself don't have like a high paying job or a professional job like a doctor. So in all the charts, in all the boxes, like I don't think I'm like graded as like, you know, S tier or whatever. So I think my mom, she has like minimal conditions. I think the only one she actually looks at is probably if the girl's Christian or not. That would be her preference. Um, and like do nots, like if the girl has like tattoos all over her body or something like that, or you know, something like, if it's not something like that, I think it'll be fine. She in particular ruled out some jobs that she doesn't like because of her stereotypes. And don't hate my mom, she's like another, you know, middle-aged mom in Korea, ordinary middle-aged mom. She ruled out like you know, some stereotypical jobs that she doesn't like out of experience, which was ironically a flight attendant. Sorry. Yeah, because ironically, she was a professor at a local community college for like secretaries and flight attendants because they have similar, I guess, courses of work. So she had to teach like hundreds of them each year for like 10 years, I think. And I think she got some kind of human big data out of them, and she concluded that they are not wife material because of lifestyle, because of, you know, all sorts of stuff. Like also she's heard that like if you are a flight attendant, the fertility rate or like the chances of having a healthy child drastically go down because of the constant radiation you're hitting closer to the sky or something like that on the ozone layer or whatever. And you have like irregular sleep schedules and stuff. So like in terms of having a baby, like a flight attendant is actually a very bad job or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's science proven or chucked. But she has those kind of standards. But other than that, I think it'll be fine if I just like find like a normal girl that is not crazy or anything, right? True love sees no status or class. Love is unconditional. Yeah. I mean, by the book and by the line itself, everybody would agree to that, and it's like a big consensus, common sense. Everybody goes for, but like in reality, I feel like a lot of people at the end choose reality over romanticism. That's the outcome I've seen for a lot of my friends. Yeah. It's very easy to say, but hard to accomplish. You need to fight for it in some cases. Um, I don't think I don't think my advice would even like count as advice because I just said the basic thing and it almost felt effortless to him. Like he was like, "Oh yeah." He just brushed it off because like he has an actual concern, but mine was like, "Just follow your heart. Like if you like that person and their parents are both teachers, as long as the family doesn't have an enormous pile of debt, just follow your heart. You're going to regret if you meet someone you don't have any interest in and just for like the family class and conditions and all that, you know, like. And also you don't want to be like controlled by your mom for the whole rest of your life and blah blah blah." And it's just like the standard answer everybody would give on the planet, right? And then he was like, "Yeah, I know, but like who doesn't know that? But like this is a real situation. How do I like, you know, specifically could persuade my mom or like, you know, mediate this situation and all that." Yeah. Preach. Hopefully he takes on your advice and not your other friends, because I don't know. My other friend, actually, I think he was a little bit more sold to my other friend's advice, because like he's the one that's going through real marriage right now. And the outcome is pretty good too. He has like 2 kids, and like he's living a happy life. They're very like affluent right now. Like they don't have any burdens or worries about money and all that. So they're living a very comfortable life. So that's a good role model in some sense. Yeah. But then like if my friend has to marry his current girlfriend, then he'll have to like actually work himself out a lot for the rest of his life. Yeah, his girlfriend has a job too, but it's not like a high paying job. It's just like a company job. And a lot of women statistically discontinue their careers after they have babies, or after a certain years of marriage. A lot of my friends who have gotten into marriage after 3 or 4 years, a lot of their wives have stopped working. And some of my friends feel deceived for that. Some of my friends actually got into talks of divorce because of that. But at the end, divorce is very hard, and it's just very hard to reverse marriage. And then at the end, all of the wives just stopped working, and they're like, yeah, I don't want to work anymore. Marriage isn't fun in Korea, definitely. Yeah. As mentioned previously, parents have a lot of control because they support their children financially. Yes. Hello, Paula. Why is marriage so strange in Korea? Isn't marriage normally about romance and building a team for potential kids? Yeah, that, as I said, that would be like the, go-to marriage everyone wants. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. But as someone said, modern concept of romance and marriage has only been introduced for like a century now. And just before a century, like we're still in that overlapping phase. Everything was just arranged marriage, and everybody just married amongst family classes. We even had hierarchy within like society, social status, like noblemen, merchants, and then farmers, and then what do you call them? Slaves or untouchables. And then beyond that is like butchers and all that. And they could only date, and also they weren't even dating. Like Korean people didn't even have the concept of dating. They just went, like girls in particular, they married a guy when they turned like 13 or 14, when their first menstruation period like begins, when they're like able to give birth to a child. So they would usually just, oh, there's a son in this family's house, he's the second of that, and then their family is like this, so they should be a good match. And then yeah, the parents decide, and then they first see their faces in the face reveal during the marriage. And that was like pre-modern Korean society. And I think that thought just still, underlies somewhere. And then the social hierarchy in Korea, even if it's not historical, is just very strong, because we all have like the chaebols, and we have like the royal families, and like everybody's just so obsessed with like social success and like finance and like education and all that. So we are a nation and ethnicity that likes to divide people into classes, unfortunately. That's where all the immense competition comes from. People literally die trying to take the SAT exam and get first straight A's, first grades on everything, and go to sky universities, because it's going to determine their life for the rest of like everything, like their jobs, their salary, their marriage, whatever. Okay, there's a lot of chat just piled up, so let me just skip a bit. I'm sorry about that. You guys are just talking a lot. That's not gonna work. David loves a flight attendant. Yeah, like for some reason I don't know why, but my life has pretty much been an unconscious battle between my mom and my ideologies and my preferences. I don't know. Maybe I have some kind of like unconscious psychological complex or whatever, but everything I do seems to be the total opposite of what my mom stands for. And I know she's been in a lot of emotional pain because of me, but but that's just how it is so far. What about cheerleaders? I'm down. Whoa, what is this? 그냥 돈 time? What? Trinami Hyung. This is crazy. Pizza, pizza. Woohoo! I wish I had like a party sequence. I might have to invent one because one of my favorite, not favorite, but like frequent watching streamers that I watch, he does like Bitcoin trading and stuff, and whenever he wins a lot of money, he has like this rotating psychedelic ball in the background, and he turns on like club music and does like an EDM session. That's just very fun. Maybe I'll try to have some of that. But Chena Mihong, thank you so much for the 100 USD. That's crazy. Thank you so much. I love that red, that color red. Thank you so much, and it really helps me. Talking about finances, speaking of finances, if you can support any amount at paypal.me at paypal.me/KoreanPizzaclub, or any kind of super chat or Patreon will be appreciated. Thank you so much. Would your mom be happy if you fell in love with a non-Korean woman? Frankly speaking, it would not be the most ideal situation, but I think I could persuade her. Yeah. Big baller alert. Yes, exactly. Uncle Dan is KPC sugar daddy. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you again, Chanami. Hyung. Let's scroll down a little bit. What do you do if you don't have both parents in Korean wedding? I know the parents sit in front. Yeah, that's actually a very big issue as well. First, for some families, it's like a nothing deal. But I did hear from very conservative and rich families, it does become a deal if both of your parents or one of your parents aren't alive. I know, like, you can't control that situation, right? Like, what are you gonna do about it? But still, like, some families prefer partners that have both parents alive, and that's just ridiculous. I don't know, like, a lot of families connect that to the psychological well-being of the child itself. Like, if you're raised, it's all stereotypical, not scientifically proven. It's like a stigma, of course, but like a lot of people go that route on where, like, if you're raised by a single parent, like, you don't have emotional stability, there's going to be some kind of emptiness in one part of your like psyche or like your emotions or whatever. You're gonna have some kind of craving, and that craving is going to lead to some kind of catastrophic event or like downgrade in your character or whatever. And plus, on top of that, for Korean parents that put a lot of importance on social status and how other people view the marriage itself, they're gonna be like, oh, that partner doesn't have like a mother or like both parents, and they just don't like those whispers and like, you know, things being circulated and all that. So it's very stressful. But I'm telling you, like, I don't think the missing a parent or having no parents is like a big deal nowadays. But there will be like a minority, I guess, like some people that look into that stuff. And whatever I'm talking about right now, like everything in context of what I've been talking about for the last 30 minutes is, you got to understand that I'm not generalizing the whole Korean population. I'm trying to generalize like the upper class generation, upper class families and conservative class in Korea. I don't want to say the word class, but it is what it is. Like, if you can divide them with like net worth or living style or whatever. So yeah, like I think honestly though, I think this would be universal to some extent if you go to any kind of rich family in any country out there. I don't think it would be just an issue of Korea. I think even maybe it's a stretch, but even in the US there are like very conservative and rich families. I don't know, like for example, maybe there are the descendants of the Rockefeller family, or like the maybe the Trump family or whatever, like massively rich families, and these people will definitely consider the other family's social status and what their other family has like as a business or their legacy or whatever in a lot of cases. So I don't think it's just like a Korean thing. So just to let you guys know, because like a lot of people might mistake all of Korea things like this, and it's just so very superficial and surface level and all that. Singaporeans also divide themselves into various classes. I think it's very prevalent among Asian culture. Yeah, it just comes from Confucianism and all that. Yeah. Uncle Dan just joins the live stream and casually drops a Benjamin. Yeah. Hello, Aaron. Negative, I'm always here, usually just lurking. Oh, speaking of lurking, okay, this is a very... I don't know if it's deemed misogynist nowadays, but it's a widely used term among men. I'll go into that after I've catched up with the live stream. I'm sorry for the constant coughing. Nobody wants to marry in the Trump family? Well, more than 50% or near 50% would right now, seeing the votes, the estimated votes. A lot of Korean news outlets are reporting that Trump is in the favor of winning. So Kamala really needs to like do something right now. I don't know. Maybe it's just the local media not really knowing what's happening, but at least that's what they're saying. So a lot of like, speaking of chaebols, no, I've not seen a chaebol marry an American, maybe a Korean American, but speaking of chaebols, a chaebol family, for those of you who are new to Korean culture, is like it's basically Samsung, Hyundai, LG, POSCO, whatever, like one of those big known companies, SK. And these companies, the characteristic of what makes them a chaebol and sets them apart from global conglomerates like Facebook or what, Meta or Google or whatever, like these big companies, is that these companies are family run, and they actually inherit the CEO or chairman position from dad to son, from grandfather to dad to son. So Samsung is the prime example. So the current chairman of the company is Lee Jae-yong, the third successor of the Lee family. And then it's the same for SK, it's the Choi family, and then there's LG, it's the Koo family. So every subsidiary within LG, there's like LG car, LG display, LG electronics, LG home appliances, or LG whatever, energy, or all those subsidiaries are owned by a person with the family name Koo. And that's what's like a chaebol is. And these families usually marry other chaebol families, or the daughters of presidents. For example, SK's Choi Tae-won, the chairman right now, he married the former president's daughter, and that's how SK got exponential growth within the market, because the president was like, giving favors and all that to the company. So it's just very common among like richer class people in Korea. Yeah. It's pretty much a tie now. Okay. Yeah. Korean news is reporting that a lot of American sources are saying that Trump is having an advantage, especially in like the what do you call them? The battling countries, Pennsylvania and whatever. Yeah, I'm not following that too much, but they're quoting this like gambling site called whatever. It's like the biggest gambling site, and then their Trump is like 10% more or whatever. Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to get into U.S. politics or whatsoever. You guys do your best in your situation. But yeah, what was I getting to? Oh, okay, so about that term, that might be misogynistic or not. I can't verify on that, but it's like an ongoing term for a lot of people. So it came from Chenami's chat called saying that he's lurking always. So there's a term called stop lurker, and to get technical about it, it's just very hard to explain. Like, it comes from a widely played game, online game in Korea called StarCraft. StarCraft represented the 90s. Like, it's still played until this day. I think the edition is called Brood War. Like, it's the first Blizzard game that actually went, totally viral and widespread in Korea. Like, there was a whole industry behind it. All the pro gamers were StarCraft players. They were like gods and celebrities. Every single guy played StarCraft in the PC rooms. And then, among one of those, so there's like human, there's like Terran, and Protoss, and Zerg. Those are the three, types you can choose within the game. It's a strategic game. And among them is like the Zerg. And among the Zergs, there's a creature called the Lurker, and the Lurker actually digs up a hole, and then they put up their spines, and then they like massacre like the Marines and the Terrans and all that. They're pretty strong creatures, and in order to detect them under the ground, you need to have like a radar or whatever. You need to sprinkle a radar or whatever to detect them. And then they're very weak when they're on the ground. But then there was this very famous Zerg pro gamer that found a glitch, but he found a glitch within the game. So usually lurkers are like they're on auto attack mode. So when like a Marine, approaches, like the lurker will spot the Marine and then just like, kill it. But then there was this very I guess clever pro gamer that found like that you can stop the auto attack mode on the lurkers. So if you constantly press like stop on the lurker when like units are approaching, it won't attack until like when you stop pressing stop. So yeah, like basically the units would come undetected. Usually if there's a sign of lurker, someone would sprinkle like a radar and then get rid of them and then proceed. But then this person, it acted like a mine. So like once you're just crossing right on top of it, he would cancel the attack, and then the non-attack mode, and then the lurkers would just like go crazy, and then they would get thrown off by surprise, and they would kill everybody. So that's what a stop lurker is. Wow, that was a grand explanation. I'm sure you guys are like bored of that. But but then I don't know why, but it's like a very manly term because a lot of men played StarCraft, obviously, and nowadays because marriage is being viewed in a very pessimistic point of view, a lot of men nowadays is viewing marriage as like, some go to the extent of saying it's a scam. Some say that the current marriage system is very rigged and very favorable towards women. There's a lot of loss on the man's side legally. So, and also like conceptually, there are a lot of examples and cases on the internet, and also like first-handed around me, To introduce one that I know, he's like a client of mine, and I hang out with him a lot. And the issue with him is, uh, they're a very well newlywed couple. They married for 2 years, and then this guy's like longing for a baby, and they promised to have a baby, but the woman just changed her mind after 2 years of marriage, and she said, "I don't want to ruin my body. I don't want to discontinue my career. I feel like babies nowadays is a hassle. We don't have money, so I don't think I'm gonna have a baby until the end of my life." And she just declared that, and the guy was like, "You can't just do that. You know, we promised before we actually had the like wedding and marriage that we would have a baby." And she's like, "No, I'm not gonna have a baby. It's my body, it's my choice. Like, you can't force me to have a baby." And because of that, like, he feels like he's been scammed. And he's like, if there are like certain things that are very important within a marriage, like, he feels like it's on the women's side that whatever she decides, she gets in like in favor from the law or whatever, in what do you call it, like principle wise. Yeah. So there's no way to convince her. She's been trying for like over a year to convince her to have a baby, but she's like just very firm on it, and she's like, I'm never going to have a baby. So what? Yeah. And like, he's one of those like conservative people that don't want a divorce either. So he's like trying to persuade her over the years, but then like the condition has gotten so bad that she's now refusing to have sex as well, because like she's paranoid that the guy might try to like impregnate her during like sex. So she's like, I'm not gonna have sex with you. Like, you might try something on me. It's gotten to that point. So I heard that the relationship is just really crumbling off. So that's just one example. But then there's like tons of examples on the internet, and also like a lot of people just like that saying that's why we need prenups and all that. So that's what a lot of men are claiming, stop lurkers. So a lot of people on the internet is using this term, saying you got to be very careful of stop lurkers, because you know these people will stay silent until the ring is sealed and the the marriage documents are all proceeded, and then they'll just switch like 180, and you can't do anything about it because the law is against you. You can't win over a woman's tears. You'll become a abuser, you'll become a sex offender, you'll become whatever. And you know, a woman's mouth is law in a family. So you got to be very, very careful. Set your terms straight before marriage if you don't want like a miserable life. And I guess to some extent the term is inappropriate. Maybe I would say it's borderline misogynistic, like, you know, comparing a woman to like a Zerg, you know, creature. But I do get where the sentiment is coming from. So yeah. Yeah, it just reminded me of that term since we were on the topic of marriage, and Chenami Young just mentioned lurker over there, so he wasn't scammed. People are allowed to change their minds. I guess, but like if it's about important things like finance or so there's this other case I know. I don't think this one is that much extreme, but there's a couple I know. The girl is Korean, the guy is Korean American. They met. They're newlywed, happily ever after. Not ever after. Actually, it goes downhill. The guy works in an American company. He was able to work remote during COVID. They met during COVID. They got married very quick. The girl has like a government office job, like here in Korea. It's not a high paid job. But then after they got married, the guy started the guy's mother like the company HQ said like you can't do remote anymore. So he was summoned back to the States. So like geographically, they need to relocate to the states. If you're on the man-centered point of view, right? Like it's just obvious for him to go back to the states, to back to his home, back to his company, and he has like the bigger earning. But on the woman's point of view, suddenly she felt like it was a scam because I guess this doesn't apply to the stop lurker thing because it's mostly what men use the term, but on similar grounds, like if it's gender reversed, I guess guys would claim it's like a stop lurker thing. But anyways, just to introduce this example, the woman felt like she was scammed because you know she has everything in Korea, like her family, her friends, her community, her career, and she's an aspiring like career woman too. She wanted to advance into like politics and community work and all that through the government job and stuff. But then in a night, just because your husband has like a higher paying job and that company is like recalling him back to the states, she has to abandon all of that and go to like a random place that she's never been to. She doesn't even speak the language that well, and she'll have to like socialize, like start everything again over there and discontinue her career. So she's like, we can't just decide this one-sidedly, so these kind of things happen during marriage, I guess, and they're big things, and if you can't find the middle ground, it's just going to be very, very hard. So I get what these people are very stressed about. That is grounds for divorce. Fine, you don't want a baby, but they discussed having kids. Exactly. That's my friend's claim. Like you said verbally that we are going to have a baby. That was upon agreement, and this is a big thing that you cannot just refund your mind. So men do the same. Indeed, as I said in the aforementioned example. But I guess like the victim mentality from the men's side is that the laws are all very favorable towards the women. Yeah, at least that's what people claim. She's the one putting her life on the line. Yeah, that's exactly why she can just refuse. She's like, I'm not gonna have a baby. Mm. Yeah, he should just divorce her, but he can't do it because like he still loves the person, and he still believes that he can convince her to have a baby. But then he's getting very anxious too because they're like 35, 36, and like the biological clock is ticking too, and he feels like his wife is trying to like play it that way, like dragging it on and on and on. So it appears he's been treating unfairly. Pursuing a divorce might be in his best interest. Yeah. Sounds like she lied to him. What he said is like she didn't lie to him. She was true when it was before marriage, but then the conditions and her thought process changed after marriage. Yeah. So it was just a change of thought. And then the guy's like, what? I want to see a baby. I want to have a child. This really makes you think twice before dating and marrying. The values and goals have to align for it to work. Actually, this was the advice, one of the advice I gave my friend yesterday. So I was like, bro, I don't know anything about marriage or whatever, but one thing I would like to advise you is that before, like, even if you love this girl or whatever, I would like you guys to sit down and talk sincerely about like your future, your values, your goals, where you see yourselves in like 10 years. If like you can't get it on paper or whatever, because like that's a little bit too, like, even if there are things called prenups, it's just very awkward when you're in a dating phase, you're not even engaged or whatever. So Like, if you're really serious about this relationship and if you want to go the further step, I feel like it would be good um, to gain more confidence in the relationship by aligning those big things in life, like, where you're going to live, what are you going to do with your career, what are you going to do about children, um, like other hypothetical scenarios that might affect your life in drastic ways. I feel like those things should be aligned at least. Yeah. Nicole saying everything I said. That is why it's very important you discuss day one when you want out what you want out of a relationship and a marriage, so you don't waste each other's time. Yeah. It may feel unfair, but everybody has a right to change their mind. Yeah. They can just divorce. That's just easily said than done. You know what I'm talking about, right? Hilda, hello. Thanks for your kind donation. Did someone donate? It's not appearing on the chat. Let me check. Oh, EXID. Thank you so much. I gave it a. Wait. How do I press like? Okay, I gave it a like. Thank you so much for the $10 pizza. Hi, David. Get some soup and feel better. Zinc, vitamin D, and C. Say hi to Anna. Anna, peace and joy to y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. David, how about you do the stop lurking in reverse? No. The stop lurker thing is like a very bad term. So I feel even bad like introducing it to you guys because I don't know if it's like a very Wait, so I just typed it on Google right here to see what people are talking about it. Oh, this is exactly what I've been explaining. So they go on top of it and then they get killed instantly. That's what I was talking about. And yeah, this is what I've been talking about. In male-dominated communities such as DC Inside, to metaphorically describe a situation where a woman hides her true nature, radical feminism, misandry, overconsumption, etc. from a man while marrying him and then reveals her true nature after marriage. It has gained considerable sympathy and spread because it has many similarities, such as being difficult to detect, usually hiding and not being seen, and if you get caught properly, you will be pricked by a thorn and suffer severe damage. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and there's like even blog posts about this kind of stuff, as you can see. You can see on Blind, they talk about like dating and relationships and all that. And this person, I actually heard the word stop lurker when I was going on a blind date. The guy kept asking me questions that were really ideologically probing, so I said those kind of questions make me uncomfortable, and then he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the stop lurker thing last time. I was so shocked, and let's stop here, whatever." Yeah. He caught the stop lurker right away. What? That is the only way to weed out psychopaths, so what's the problem? Yeah, if you look at the comment above, it really was a stop lurker. It was valid. Yeah, see, a lot of people, this guy's from Samsung Electronics, and this guy's from the Seoul Metropolitan Office of Education, and they're actually like approving towards this behavior, right? So yeah, I need to learn scanning skills from this man, says the guy from SK Innovation. You must have been scratched by the stop lurker. You're a good filter for people like me, man, says someone from PlayD. So, yeah, it's a very widespread thing. And there's even like community posts about it. Yeah, all this kind of stuff. But just came to my mind. Divorcing is easier than having a baby. That's true. That's true. So last time I actually talked to him, he was like fully drunk and he was like almost crying. And it was like, David, what do I have, what can I do? Like, you know, I can't really divorce, but like you know, I'm actually really considering because of that fundamental problem. You know, his one of his big values is that he wants to see like the image of himself in a child, and everyone around him says like the biggest joy in life is to raise a child, and you know, yeah, but he's not gonna be able to do that. So, yep. Off topic, but will you order something to eat today? I was thinking, but yesterday when I went to the sauna with my friends, I was pretty shocked when I went on the scale. Yeah, I was actually very shocked because I did not notice this. I've been slacking off from like workouts and stuff, but I gained 5 kilos from the beginning of the year when I started like my PT sessions and stuff. I was at 79 kilograms. And then like during my prime, I would say I was at 69. So I like seeing myself at that weight when I was like 69. That was when I was in the military or college. But then again, like people just gain like age weight, right? Age mass. And then if I were to put in some like muscle, because I was like very skinny back then, if I were to consider some muscle mass too, like nowadays beauty standard wise, I would say based on weight, I know weight is not an accurate metric, but based on weight, it would be like ballpark. I think an ideal weight would be 72 to 73, around there. So it would be my skinny self with like a lot of more muscle mass, so 72 to 73 kilos. But then I went on the scale yesterday, and in the beginning of the year I was at 79 to 80. I was like ping-ponging back forth. But yesterday I found myself being 85 kilograms. And I was shook to the core. I was like, bro, like even if you consider that big feast we had at the shabu shabu place, I did eat 2 bowls of rice and also fried rice too, and like kalguksu and like the meat itself. But even if you put out like that maybe 0.5, it still means I've gained like 5 kilos of weight. And I was like shook. I was like, dang, I need to hit the gym Monday ASAP. Yeah. So, actually, it's been my like weekly routine to like order something and eat with you guys, because I think that activity itself is fun too, like doing it live and showing you like what kind of food I can deliver from Korea, despite having not many options within this area. But still, it was like a ritual. But so I actually turned on the app, but then I remember the scales number and I was like, no, I can't. You have the same weight? Well, I guess you're maybe taller than me. I would assume. I don't know. I don't know why, but I really enjoy watching you eat, so please order some food. I would love to, honestly, but like seeing that scale, I can't. I'm sorry. But I did buy some stuff from the convenience store too, because I know I do get like kind of drained when I do live streams. Believe it or not, you know, when you mentally process things and also verbally, you know, do speeches and talk, and you're like reacting to stimulus and stuff, apparently that burns calories too. So I'm like, I need at least like 200 calories to do live stream or whatever. Yeah, I'm on like your body's on life support mode, so I'm just like justifying all that. So I did buy some stuff from the convenience store to eat. Yeah. Do your Korean friends call you David? No, they call me by This is the weird thing. Oh, okay, so I'll go to my other friend's case about like the marriage thing. Speaking of them, so last week I attended like a marriage card invitation meeting. I told you guys, right? So they call me by my nickname, which is carried on from high school, and they've never called me by my actual name, like Kyungsu. And I call them by their nicknames too. And while you might think calling each other with our nicknames feel cringe, weirdly enough for us, it feels super cringe to call each other's by our real names. I don't know why it is like that, but we've been doing that forever, and I don't think we can go back. And somehow I feel like this meeting, we meet maybe once a year or like 6 months, every 6 months. But this meeting, we're all like 32 now. That one friend is getting married like in November. That one friend got out like of a very long relationship because of the disapproval of his parents, which is the story I'm going to tell you now. So we're all talking about marriage and stuff, and like how much we've earned nowadays. Like this apartment is that expensive. I've bought a car, like all that. So it kind of feels weird that these high school kids are still sticking with the nicknames. But then, like, it just doesn't come out. It feels like I'm allergic to real names, and I can't call him by his actual name. Like, yeah, 경수야. Oh, that would be so cringe. Oh my god. I can't. But then, like, my nickname is also cringe too. So, like, from outsiders who might be listening from the other table, they might be like, what's on with them? Like, why are they calling themselves with, like, nicknames? So, I don't know if you have friend groups like this. I think it would be less common in English culture, because I've never seen anybody call each other by nicknames. Maybe like shortened names, like for example, if it's like Catherine, someone would call you like Cat. Maybe in those terms, or like if it's like Jessica, you could call that person Jess, but like not entirely different nicknames. So, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry I can't reply to all your comments right now. I feel like I'll forget what I have to say because there's so many different topics going on. I've been trying intermittent fasting. Yeah, but it hasn't worked well because I get hungry so much. Thank you, Kristen. Think you look great. 187. Dang, dude, you're tall. Then that justifies your weight. What's your nickname? So this is very ironic. Okay, maybe it's not ironic after all. So how do I say this in a non-cancelable way? Okay, let's just say, we had Chinese class during high school, and of course, one of your first practices during Chinese classes would be like knowing how to pronounce your Chinese name, like your name in Chinese, because we use Chinese characters in our names where they're interchangeable into Chinese, and the pronunciation like changes, right? So my Korean name is Kim Kyung-soo. But then my Chinese name apparently was pronounced very funny in their ears, and everyone kind of blasted into laughter when everybody in the class heard the teacher pronounce my Chinese name. And basically it was something around, like, I can't go with the detailed intonations, but it was something like Jin Jian Ju. It was something like that. Jin Jian Ju. Something like that. But like, kids being kids, they were like, ha 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 ha, his name is like Jin Jian Ju. That's like Jin Jian Ju. It's like being racist to your own, we have Chinese roots too, so ethnicity. So from that moment on, everybody started calling me Jinju. So I don't know why, but that's been carried on. And even to this day, it kind of feels embarrassing. Like they call me Jinju, Jinju, Jinju. It's like Ching Chang Chong, maybe. Maybe even it sounds like that. It kind of has a resemblance, right? That stereotypical racist term. So it's like, his name is Jin Jinju, Jin Jinju. And they just stuck with that. And even to this day, they call me Jinju, Jinju. So, yeah, that's how it became. And I know it's stupid. Excuse me. My parents call me 경수, 경수야. Yeah. You have the same name as I do? Really? I told you, yeah, that was the nickname I told you. Oh, the chat just stopped working over here, so I can't read it. I can't read what you guys are saying. Oh, so I can see it in the YouTube chat. Uh-oh. David the Counselor. Lol, oh my god, too funny. Jinjiangju. Your nickname sounds so cute. What does it mean in Chinese? I guess it means what my name means. It's just like the, you know, the Chinese pronunciation version of it. You like it? Why do you like it? That's kind of cute. It is kind of cute if you put it into Korean terms. So the original pronunciation would be, I can't even do it. Something like that. I'm not trying to be racist, okay? Like, Chinese intonations are important. They got like 4 intonations per word. So you need to have like those like ups and downs, like something like that. But then like, because Korean doesn't have that, like we just say jinju, jinju. So they're like jinju, jinju. That nickname is so cute, really. Thank you, Aaron, for worrying about my sickness. Yeah. I don't know why, but this chat thingy's not working. Let's see if it works now again. Oh. Test. You want to make it into a song? What? Okay, it works. Yeah. There we go. Jinju sounds like Korean term for pearl. Yes, exactly. So, Jinju would be pearl in Korean, but we have like the doubles, right? So mine is Jinju. There's a lot of foreigners, especially Westerners, that have trouble pronouncing the doubles in Korean. So it's like, Gang. Gang would be like Gang, Gang. That means river. But then if you have the double, Gang, that means like you have like the bravado, or like you have the gangster mode or something. So a lot of foreigners have difficulties pronouncing like the Kang and the Kkang. So even if the teachers try to pronounce it for them, they're like Kang, Kang. It's like, it's so funny. It's just Kang and Gang. That's the difference. But like, I've heard a lot of people failing on doing that. Yeah. I have a bad habit of shortening people's names, giving people nicknames. Yeah, so to reveal what I've prepared for today, I got this. It's Yonsei milk peanut butter cream bread. And Skippy. I think this is an American peanut butter brand, if I'm not wrong. I used to eat like Nutella. Or no, not Nutella. No. Is there like Ben and Jerry's? Is that a peanut butter? I used to like those like canned peanut butter ones with like jam in between as like lines. Yeah, maybe it's a different brand. memory's fading, but I've never actually had like a Skippy peanut butter, but I know the brand by media. But yeah, I have this, and I have this. I just saw this randomly on TikTok while I was scrolling through, and it's an Oreo, but it's like Coca-Cola version, and people were trying it out. So I got curious too. So yeah, got this. Wonder how it tastes. Smuckers. I think, yeah, that's the one, maybe. Yeah. It's like peanut butter, but they have like jam lines. So there we go. We have the Oreos here. We have the Oreo Korean packaging. Oreo. Oreo. And I have my milk, coffee milk. Yeah, Inside Out 2 version. This was 1+1. That's why I had 2 over here. Anna made a video about that, really? So I guess it's an old trend. I'm gonna try the Oreos out first. The cola taste Oreos. There we go. I can't dip them in because, like, yeah. Tastes like Oreos with toothpaste. That's it. Literally. It's just Oreos with a toothpaste flavor. Yeah, it's not even mint though. It tastes like artificial toothpaste. Not even natural mint. There's an Oreo Zero Coke as well. What? Yeah, I'm not liking that. But it was a while. It's been a while I've had Oreo, so I just got like curious. There you go. Oreo. Wow, this camera really zooms in well, you know? Focuses in well. Yeah, at least they got something like this going on. Yeah, it's honestly not good. If you ever have the chance to encounter one of these, don't go for it. It's not good. Yeah, it's definitely not good. It's a childhood memory. I used to have Oreos and dip it into like the white milk, and that was just so good. I don't know why, but I guess I enjoyed Oreos a lot when I was a child. I feel like those out of the ordinary flavors of Oreo or Kit Kat never make it to Europe. For Kit Kat, I think we have like the cherry blossom ones and the green tea ones. I like everything green tea. Thank you, Muju, and hello, Artia. Yeah, anything green tea, like in a conventional snack or whatever, it always tastes good. I love green tea. It's definitely not good. Goes and grabs it. Well, I gotta finish this, right? Continues to eat the definitely not good. Bro, I gotta finish it. I have a question. So, when you address, like a friend, do girls use bro too? Or technically, should it be like brother, sister? So, should it be like sis or sista or something like that? For guys, like, you know, I just use bro for any kind of friend out there that speaks English. It gives like a more intimate feel, friendlier feel to it. You do not have to finish it, toss it. No, I do not waste food. You thought Koreans did not eat Oreos? What do you mean? We don't love them, but we eat them. Yeah, lemon Oreos sound good, actually. Yeah. Kit Kat Sakura, nice. Yes, that's the one I was talking about. And the green tea Kit Kat, yes. Oh, you do say bro too? Okay. In Ohio, everyone is bro. So I noticed there's a difference with bro and bro. Oh, don't girls say babe? Ah, that's cute. Oh, girl. Or girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah, with the G-U-R-L. Girl. I have a lot of gay friends who use girl to me. Like, girl, what are you talking about? You know, something like that. I call everyone bro or girl. Chammer is hilarious. What did Chammer say? Let's see. 338 people watching. Wow, I'm so blessed. Okay, Chammer, thank you for the 5 pizza. Will you be turned off if your girlfriend called you by your nickname in the middle of being intimate? What's with the weird spacing? Were you trying to like avoid this spam function or something? Yes, very turned off, because I would even be turned off if she said that in normal settings, because I'm telling you that Jinju nickname is like it's just weird. Like I wish they wouldn't use that anymore, but like it's just so accustomed that we can't reverse it back now. In Paris, everyone is bro, girl, or sis. Well, or dude. But dude kind of sounds like not friendly to me. So I go for bro. I also call everyone dog. That's funny. 343 people watching. Give this live a like, please. And I was on to something, but I forgot. It slipped my mind. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe I should write it down. 진짜 진주. Have you tried fried Oreos? No. Bro, girl, dog, homie. Oh my god. If a guy I'm dating calls me bro, I hate it. Yeah, I wouldn't call like my date bro either. Or girl. I think calling a name carries some kind of intimacy and level of seriousness. Liked, thank you. And since we're at our peak of today, like 350 people, and it's affordable to lose some of them. Just kidding. I have to do what I have to do, right? So lend me your 1 minute of the day for me to introduce Piroso, which is my online store. I'm working hard to introduce Korean products, authentic Korean products, to the world. And we've been very successful in doing that so far with our Najeonchulgi, Mother of Pearl diaries, and the Korean accessories, clips, and coasters, and plates. With also, we have some modern bestsellers from BTS, worn accessories and hats and bracelets and all that. We have the Korean Army t-shirt as well. Nowadays, I don't know why, but like I've been seeing so many people wearing this on the streets, like girls especially. And our Piroso t-shirt, which got featured in IZX, the project K-pop group nowadays. And we went to the photo gallery last Friday with Jin, and we were so proud to see our product featured on like a gigantic LED screen. That was so good. You could see that on my Instagram story. But then we also have like very cute earrings over here. We have a lot of series and collections of earrings on our site. We have cute PC mouse, what do you call them? Mats, table mats here, over here. Very good decorations for your house. Interesting cups that are very thermal and change color. New cups that have Korean traditional drawings on it, Korean traditional patterned bags you can just use for daily use, and rings and all that kind of stuff. We also have blog posts. We interviewed the owner of this brand called Otio, which makes these very unique products. She's over here, and this is her whole interview about the brand itself. So if you're curious, go check it out. And yeah, you can use the coupon code KPC to get a 10% out of your whole purchase. So go check out Piroso. Yes. And also, I would really like to... Where is it? There's just so much stuff going on over here on my dock, as usual. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let me scrub it to there. Scrub it to there. And just want to introduce you to our sponsor for every KPC live stream of recent, Sue House. So you can get free events, meet new people, study Korean. You can travel Korea together. You can go to group gatherings, all that kind of stuff, all in this app. If you go to App Store and or Google Play Store, type in Sue House, install it. It's just very easy. The interface is amazing, and they host like official house parties. Yeah, this is going on October 25th. I'm actually attending too. I don't know the details about it. I got invited, but I'm gonna go. And if you want to attend to this party, I think they have like diverse themes like business group, singles group, MBTI group, foodies group, narcissist group. What is that? I think I'm gonna be in the business side because I like to use my time efficiently. So I might as well network when I'm there. So make new friends in Korea. If you're interested, check out Sue House and their cooking classes, as well as handmade oranda. I don't even know what oranda is. I think it's a Korean traditional dessert. Oh, it's a traditional Korean snack made from puffed rice or grains coated in sweet syrup and shaped into crispy bite-sized pieces. Wow. Okay, that's a new thing for me. I never knew what an oranda is. There's K-pop dance classes. You can learn Armageddon. Oh, so that was October 19th. That was a past one. But if you follow them on Instagram over here, you can get updates about their activities going on. So go check them out on Google Play Store and App Store and meet new people. Yeah, if you're interested in Korea and all that. So go check out Sue House. Thank you for sponsoring this live stream, as usual. And back to the live. Hope you enjoy yourself, David. I need to come back by 11 because I have night work. Boo-hoo. But yeah, I don't know if Anna's invited. Maybe I should invite her, but she's very busy with her own life, so I don't know if she'll attend. Like, I'm honestly going out of like client relationship and stuff. So IZX, they're debuting October 23rd. Yes, in 2 days. So hopefully we can see our Piroso t-shirts there too. Will you do a Piroso pop-up store? Actually, early notice just for you guys. We are doing one in December 28th, 29th, and 30th at DDP. It is confirmed. And it's going to be part of SeoulCon. So I pulled my strings, got myself a pop-up at the DDP, and we haven't finalized the details yet, but yeah, we're going to have a pop-up. So if anybody's in the vicinity by that time frame, come visit. You might find a date for the Coldplay concert there. Oh, actually, I have a very interesting article I want to show you. Yeah. Okay, let me just open my bread first because I'm getting kind of hungry. Oh, wait, I haven't checked my PayPal, so... Oh, wow, I've actually got 2 PayPals. Yay. Thank you, Eileen. Hi, David. Any updates on the North Korea situation? Thank you for love your lives. Thank you so much for the 20 pizza. And Brenda, thank you for the 5 CAD. Just for fun to KPC. First time doing this. Love from Brenda in Canada. Yes. Oh, Canada. Is that how you... I forgot. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Something like that. About North Korea, things have been pretty much escalating. I think people are now actually, like, I told you, South Korean people don't give an F about North Korea usually, and they didn't give an F about them, like, aligning their troops near the border, last live stream. But I think things have gotten worse, throughout the whole week. So they've sent the whole troops there, and they've blown up the bridge physically from South Korea to North Korea so that we can't actually, like, connect by foot anymore. And also, things have even gotten worse in terms of, like, global politics, because North Korea has reportedly sent over more than 10,000, like 14,000 foot soldiers to Russia, the Russian border, for them to fight Ukrainian soldiers. And apparently Kim Jong-un has gotten a large sum of money for that. And these poor soldiers from North Korea, they probably don't have any choice. They were just conscripted and they were just sent there to war. And what are they gonna do there? There's just gonna be, like, you know, human shields. They're probably the weakest over there. And I heard that reportedly by the news, Russia's in lack of actual, like, soldiers, and they just need more, and that's why they got some aid from North Korea. And the whole international society, including the UN and South Korea, of course, is strongly protesting about North Korea's intervention with the Ukrainian-Russian war. So that's just so unfortunate. But Korean media is very focused on the North Korean side, and they are saying, first of all, it's just very tragic for these soldiers being expendables sent there. But because they've sent like 14,000 soldiers or something like that, they're making just ordinary people enlist to the military within North Korea right now. And everyone's just basically joining the military. And what the North Korean news is portraying is that because South Korea sent these unmanned drones and, you know, spread this propaganda leaflets, the people of North Korea have suddenly, you know, rised up with a vengeance in their hearts, and out of patriotism, everyone has decided to join the military to protect our country. And that's what the North Korean news is saying. And they're putting out footages of people, like, registering, like, paperwork and all that to join the military. And obviously they're just being forced to do that, and it's just so sad. Yeah, but things are I think things are escalating, and it's just so tragic in many ways. But the South Korean government has not been backing down. Normally, if it was like a more liberal party in the presidency, they would try to, like, you know, sugarcoat, like, butter up North Korea by sending financial aid and, like, peace treaties and all that. But because it's like a conservative party right now in the presidency, they're like, you try something, we will annihilate you. We will tear apart Pyongyang and make your skies rain with fire. And if you do anything towards Seoul, that will be the end of your regime and your history and all that. So that's what the Ministry of Defense has been saying over the past week. And the Deputy General of the US and Japan have all, like, visited South Korea for, like, a statement towards North Korea as well. So yeah, things have been escalating. There are a lot of YouTubers talking about WW3 in talks, because it's almost a given. I'm sorry if it's very sensitive, probably very sensitive, but I heard that Taiwanese elections are coming up soon, and what geopolitical experts in Korea at least say is that there's just a super high chance that in the next few years, China is going to attempt to overthrow the current Taiwanese democracy and party, and either politically or by force. If the current from what I've heard, the current Taiwanese party uh, uh, is definitely on the opposite side of China and the CCP, but there are also pro-China parties within Taiwan as well. So if politically that doesn't, you know, uh, go smooth in like political transition, then China is probably going to by force try to take Taiwan. And a lot of Korean military experts are saying that's probably the time frame that Korea should be in the most alert, because China's going to make its move, and that's going to create a lot of geopolitical conflict between America and, again, don't be triggered, but Korean experts are predicting that there's, but right now with the rates, president is going to be Trump. So Trump is talking about like tariffs and making more military fees being paid by like South Korea and all. So it's going to weaken the alliance and all that. And right now, America isn't sending any troops to Ukraine, nor Israel or whatever, their allies. So if you see that, you don't know what's going to happen if like North Korea, China, and Russia gang up against first Taiwan and South Korea at the same time. So there's a lot of turbulence here, and experts are saying that if Trump becomes president, he is a businessman. So while we accommodate his demands on paying more military defense fees towards the U.S. government, we should strike a deal with him too, by saying we want to nuke up. And if we are to pay you like those extra trillion dollars that you are demanding us, then you should give us the liberty to nuke up too. So I think that's the narrative that's going on right now. In terms of military defense, I think a lot of people just want Kamala to be elected, because the Biden administration so far has been very friendly towards South Korean defense and military. But anyways, I think that's the whole picture that's been going on. So yeah. So yeah. Anyways, thank you for the PayPal, and I guess I had an opportunity to talk about that whole thing. Let's go back in the chat and see what you guys have been saying. Read about what happened with North Korea. That's crazy, right? They sent troops to Ukraine. Yes. Have mercy. Actually, a lot of experts are saying that the 14,000 North Korean troops that have been sent to Ukraine, a lot of them are going to try to defect and flee, because probably these soldiers feel like it's like totally unfair for them too, right? Like they don't have any human rights. They haven't had any human rights so far, and they're being randomly sent to like a random place in Europe. They've never gotten out of their country, even by travel, and they're just ordered to die over there. And experts are saying not an expert, but the Ukrainian military of defense is saying like 90% of them are going to die. So like if I was a North Korean soldier being sent to Ukraine, I would try to flee too. And the Korean military experts are saying that this is probably the biggest chance or opportunity for these soldiers to get out of the radars of North Korean like police or militia and try to flee. So they're expecting a lot of like, defectors or what do you call them, AWOLers or whatever. And yeah, so I think there are already signs of people like trying to flee the troops, and we'll have to see. But normally what North Korea does is they take hostage of all your families, like your kids, your wife, and whoever's left at home, like your parents. And if they hear that you've fled the country or the military, they usually kill all your families. And because of that fact, that's what keeps them in the military. But according to Korean military experts, they said nowadays they can't keep up with that tactic because there's just been so many defectors that they're like, I don't give an F. I can't live here anymore. I'm sorry, but I have to flee just for my own good. And they take like their family with them and stuff. So if you just spread all those family trees, it's basically the whole country. So even if you make an example out of a few, like you can't kill the whole population because you need like work and labor for farming and agriculture and all that too, right? So so that tactic, that fear tactic, is not becoming that effective anymore. Yeah. Can you trust North Korean media? Of course not. Of course not. That's all propaganda. All. It's state run. It's just like a announcement channel for Kim Jong-un. Never comes to that. Yeah, I hope it never comes to that. Yeah. Would you have to re-enlist? Yes, of course. US elections in November. Yep. Maybe you should leave Korea. Nah, I'm just gonna die protecting my country. He sucks at business though, Trump? Yeah, I saw this interesting piece by the Wall Street Journals about tariffs. That Trump is very pro-tariff, and his main policy is to try to put tariffs on a lot of sectors and a lot of trade, especially like 40% or 60% tariff on everything coming from China, and like 10% tariffs on all the other countries and big sectors, so that he can revive the American factories and get more work, like domestic workers and manufacturing and all that. And I'm not on either side. I don't know the economics of that, but according to that Wall Street Journal video, it said like tariffs should be dealt with very big concerns, and you should be very careful about it, because on the front side it may seem like you're getting a lot more money and competence towards your domestic market, but then like they gave you the example of like Samsung and LG, how their washing machines were tariffed and the prices surged in the US market, so that the US average consumer would choose like American washing machines over the Samsung and LG ones. But then because of the free market, the US manufacturers would also try to balance the cost with the Samsung LG ones, and then like it would just cause inflation, and for the common American, they would have to just spend more money for the product, and that's what tariffs do. So yeah, I don't know. There are like a lot of like debunking talks about tariffs and all, but it was just very interesting to see like those different perspectives. And on the flip side, a lot of people say that it is effective, because after putting those tariffs on the washing machines for Samsung and LG, a lot of those companies actually made local factories in US soil and actually hired a lot of workers there, so it did revive some of those industries. So there are definitely pros and cons, but the bottom line was that it should be dealt very carefully. But there was a little piece of criticism there that if you don't know 100% what you're doing with tariffs, then you shouldn't speak of it very lightly, and it's not like the golden solution to everything. So yeah, Politicians being politicians, I guess. What is the public opinion in South Korea about situation between China and Taiwan? Well, we're definitely on the side of Taiwan. We're part of the free world, you know? Yeah, it's so sad. That's so sad for the North Koreans. Yeah. We will welcome those who seek of asylum for a better chance of life. Well, I heard that immigration and asylum and, you know, refugees have been a huge problem in Europe too. So I would be surprised if any of those countries are very welcoming of North Koreans, because not only because of the refugee narrative, but because North Korea is a hostile country towards the world. You never know, these people might be operative spies or not, so they would have to be very more careful. So yeah, there's a Netflix drama called Rogiwan where Song Joong-ki is the main lead of that, and he's basically like a North Korean who tries to defect in a European country, and it's like, you know, the whole hardships of him trying to actually get like his papers and all that. So it's interesting. So go check it out. Sorry for the constant coughing. I know it might bug you a lot while you're listening on the background. Yeah, I did turn on some music for you guys so you could subtly hear it to kind of offset the coughing and stuff. But okay, this is a big piece of bread. Yeah, and it's full of cream. So this Yonsei bread is pretty famous in Korean convenience stores. Full of peanut butter. It's like a cream burger or cream pie. No one really wins in a war, sadly. Exactly. That's pretty good. So this is how Skippy peanut butter tastes like. Making me hungry. Antibiotics? Yeah. Maybe I should. My mom kept on urging me to go to the doctor and get me some antibiotics, but I was like, I have good natural immunity. Today, I don't know. I had a sudden change of mind. I usually use electronic shavers, but then I bought like a manual one and shaving cream. I actually tried it out, but maybe because it's my sensitive skin, it left like a red mark around my chin and my face. So yeah, I was kind of dissatisfied with the electronic one because it didn't, you know, remove the hair like perfectly. It always left like 0.1 millimeter of like hair still there, and it didn't cover the whole like blind spots and all. So I tried the traditional way. It definitely felt better and smoother, and I feel like more cleaner. But then because my skin is sensitive, I still think there's a little bit of like toxin left in. Eating after midnight is really bad. I know. Yeah, I should probably drop this habit. I'm going to try to drop it from next week, okay? It's 3 a.m. over here. Okay. Interesting. Hopefully he can read the message. Which message? KP Anna Brown. So cute sticker. What sticker? Oh. Hilda sent a super chat. Okay. I don't know why, but my doc isn't responding right now. Let's see. Hilda, thank you for the 5 pizza. David, I'm very sorry about what's happening. No one likes war. Let's pray to God for protection to carry the world in his power hand, sending prayers. Thank you so much. From Mexico. Yay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Unfortunately, the world is a crooked place, and as a believer of God, I do pray, but then sometimes I feel like, you know, it's sometimes like punishment towards the world, like men abandoning faith and all that. It's a cruel world. Yeah, so it's stressful. David, I've made myself a sandwich because you're making me hungry. Let your facial hair grow out. No, I don't look good with beards. Most Koreans don't. Your message is not being shown? This is quite a lot for me, so let me leave the rest for later. Put it in the fridge or something. David, do you feel lonely without Anna? No. I was supposed to do a video call for Anna yesterday for her sponsored video or something, but apparently she got enough resources, so she was like, nah, I don't need that anymore. David, you should drink something warm tea with bread. It's good for throat. Yeah, I should have some tea, but too lazy. I'll have some when I go home. He got tickets but wants to go with a girlfriend. Oh yes, so I was about to talk about this and my high school friend's story about like his long relationship. Okay, so to go back to that, on this topic, Danny actually sent a funny link today, which is pretty hilarious. So I wanted to oh no, Jin just sent me the worst article. Damn. I guess I'll cover that as well, since he sent it. He sent it for me. Yeah. We send like our group chat is basically sending each other reels, like funny reels, and nobody responding, and sending each other articles that nobody responds to but knows who it's targeted for. I don't know why guys are like that, but yeah. Mujuar, thank you for the 5 pizza. Faith and light is still there. It's just that darkness is louder today. Let's keep the light up. Yeah, I feel that. You know, darkness is very, very strong nowadays. Amen. Yeah, so what Danny sent me was this. There you go. Up to 10 million won for matching couples. Seoul version of I'm Solo is released. So this says, we invite unmarried couples in Seoul on November 23rd Saturday, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Pampo Hangang Park in the Sebitsum. This is like a artificial island over there. And they have dating coaches and Han River yachts and cocktail dates, one-on-one conversations and couple games. And you need to be a Seoul registered citizen. You need to be unmarried, and 100 people are invited, 50-50. And you need to be within 25 or 39 of age. So the Seoul city government is doing this. And the event will end with participants submitting a paper listing their top 3 favorite partners. Final couples will be individually notified the following day of whether or not they have been matched. Matched couples will be provided with date vouchers worth up to 10 million won, depending on the total number of couples. So I guess the less couples, the better, to encourage them to continue meet and create memories. Participant recruitment will be conducted online from the 21st of this month until 6 p.m. on the 8th of next month. So I'm qualified. I was born in 1992, so age 25 to 39 can apply. When applying, you must submit documents such as a copy of your resident registration, a certificate of employment, a business registration certificate, a certificate of income, and a marriage certificate. So they're basically not allowing jobless people. That's sad. After reviewing documents and self-introductions and checking for sexual crime records, the city will randomly select 50 men and 50 women and will notify them individually. This is funny. This is interesting, I would say. Let's see what people are saying. Every time I see this theory, I feel like I regret paying taxes. Okay, that's the most obvious response I would expect. Oseon, he's like the soul mirror. He's the soul mirror. Is acting like a bastard and falling down. We should support couples who get married, have children, and live together. That's why it was developed during the free lunch school period. Okay. There's a surplus of taxes. Born in 1985 to 1999. Oh, lol, oh my. I wouldn't know if you were born in... Okay, whatever. I feel bad about the everyone's just worried about taxes. Yeah. And I think it's a valid point about, like, you know, if it's for people who are... I definitely feel like they should foster more funds for married couples or engaged couples rather than just coupling up people. While we do need this kind of thing, I think the intention of the program itself is good, but as people are concerned about taxes, I think the subsidiaries might be a little bit too excessive. But it's a fun thing. Oh my god, sexual crime records. Of course. I mean, if the host is a city, you gotta be very thorough with the applicants, right? You don't want any backlash coming back like, oh, I went to this Seoul City hosted couple matching event and then he turned out to be a sex offender, you know? Stockholm needs an event like this? What's happening in Stockholm? EXO Seon is a mayor. Oh yeah, Seon is the same name. I mean, that's fair. They want people who are actually able to support themselves and pay into retirement fund. Hence, working individuals willing to have kids. Exactly, yeah. What are you guys fighting about in the chat? I can't even read. So should I register for this? If you think I should register for this, spam 1 in the chat. If you think this is going to be a failure event, like many events from the government, type 2 in the chat. Do you think it's a good idea to go to this event? 1, you think I should just try to find someone naturally within my circle, type 2 in the chat while I get my Pepsi. Actually, you know what? I have another hatba in my fridge. Yay! 1 plus 1. I always get 1 plus 1. That's why I always have stuff. And also another vitamin C. Yes, that's better than Pepsi. So I had this. This was a 2 plus 1 deal. Everyone, 1111. Go register and tell us about it. Yeah, it's gonna be great content, I feel like. At least, yeah, for content. Yes, do it for the plot. 1111, 2222. Yeah, bro, don't let the Coldplay ticket collect dust. Frappuccino, thank you so much for the €2. Pizza. David, you feel lonely without Mother Anna. No, I don't. I think it'll be a failure, but still go. Yeah, because normally, like, if you're desperate enough to come to, like, these government-hosted events, I'm sorry, but usually the good ones are snatched by natural selection and market theory already. You know what I'm saying, right? You're high of demand if you're high of quality by the people. So, like, if you're one of these people that have to resort towards these events, then that means the chances of being very attractive are very low, unfortunately. And yeah, it might be fun. And there might be some hidden gems that, like, you know, I just don't have any opportunities to meet anybody around me, so might as well just go to this event. But I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical about it. Go get that bag. This would be the motive for me to go. So I'd be like, you know what? Like, you know, if there's nobody attractive there, I'd be like, you know what? Let's just write each other's names and get those vouchers, and, you know, we can split 50-50. I think that would be a good deal. You know, you and I, we both know that we spend a ridiculous amount of taxes. We give a ridiculous amount of taxes to the country. What have they done for us? We need to recoup some of that, and I feel like this is justifiable. So let's go get that bag together. I think I could have a strategical front, and then that becomes the interlude of a K-drama. We start using vouchers, and then, like, the K-drama BGM comes in, and I missed the 2 plus 1 deals in Seoul. I want to go back next year. I don't know why your convenience stores don't have these 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 1 deals. I'm just really curious how it'll turn out. I'm kind of curious too. I want to go to one of those nanen 절로 things. It's like the Buddhist temples being the intermediaries for the couples. So I think it would be great for content, but I doubt that they would let anybody film there. So yeah, I just like going to Buddhist temples because it's just so serene and quiet and peaceful. And meeting new people in a temple would be like a very interesting experience. So they've been doing this annually. It's like a couple making program hosted by Buddhist temples. And if you go there, you do a temple stay together, and yeah, you get to do like the Buddhist things, like rituals and whatever, and go around the nature and the mountain and all that, and eat some like non-meat vegetarian bowls or whatever. So I think that would be interesting, right? The chat keeps on freezing for some reason. Yes, go to the temple mixer, please. You have no idea who will show up. You have nothing to lose. Maybe they're very busy instead of desperate. Yeah, that could be the case. Let's see if it works again. Test. Okay, it works again. It'll be good story time with David. Yeah. Maybe Karina looking girl will be there. No. No. You went to Jimin's exhibition? Yeah, I went there too. If you're talking about the Yongsan one. I got some free I went to Jimin's exhibition and I got some free albums. Actually, let me show them. I got some like new stickers and posters too, but I didn't bring them. But I definitely got my hands on these free albums. So I got Butter, Love Yourself here, and Jin's Astronaut. So another add to my BTS album collection. So yay. Do all of it, David. You never know who you'll find. Yeah, I'm pretty interested, but then I don't want the word to get out among my friends like, oh, he went to like this government program thingy to find like a couple or whatever. This is so cute. All this permission to dance, Butter, and the Polaroid over here, and yeah, QR code if you want to use this, whatever. It's expired. And we have the stickers over here. What's this? Oh, that was supposed to be in this packet. There we go. We have the Butter book. How can I show you this? Oh. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go. Finding a partner is about luck as well. That's true. How did I get the albums? I was just passing by Yongsan Station, and then there was like a Jimin birthday party going on, and then it just sparked my curiosity and went in. And there was a huge stack of like free giveaways, and they were like, ARMYs wanted to give away like these albums in celebration of Jimin's birthday, and then I snatched some. Yeah, I was being respectful, and I didn't like get like a hoard of it, you know. It's okay, you're a content creator, you always need content just like Anna. I mean, it would be good if I could film it, but then if it's just words, then I guess what good is it? But I'll try it out. I am kind of in the need for a partner for the Coldplay thing, but you know, just go and don't tell anyone. Go to the program and say to your friends that it was an experiment. Yeah, I'll try to register then. Like, I don't know if I'll have time to actually register. That's the hard part, because apparently you need to write like a freaking self-introduction too. Like, I'm not that desperate and I don't got that much time lying around, you know? This vitamin C kicking in. Yes. That's great. ARMY are so generous, yes. And because, like, you know, like how K-pop culture, you buy multiple albums and such, I feel like ARMYs have a lot of extra albums lying in their houses. So I think they put out for them to, like, you know, expand the fandom and also be generous too. So that's great. We could write an introduction for you. That's funny. Why not ask organizers if you film it? Like a marketing option for them? That will be interesting, but then I think it would be a huge disaster in trying to blur out all the contestants' the faces, because I'm sure every single one of them would not be okay of their faces being on camera. Yeah. Okay, so it's nearing the 2-hour mark. I'll just tell you my story about my friend. Oh, and this article Jin sent me. He wanted to tease me, so this is the article he sent just right now. Because he knows I'm a YG shareholder, and YG Entertainment stock price plummets even to the point of delisting. Shareholders are in uproar. If this really happens, I'm effed. Blackpink really needs to come and save my ass. Securities firms lower target stock prices one after another due to poor performance. FML. I should have just taken loss. But yeah, anyways, going back to like the my friend's marriage story. It's a very unfortunate case because I could feel his pain when I was meeting up with him, and I was very shocked. Yeah, I'll just do this story and go. Sorry, thanks, Unxie. But yeah, like he's my high school friend, and he's been dating this girl for 8 years. It was almost a given that they'd marry each other, and they even lived together. Imagine 8 years. That's just already being married. The longest relationship I've been in was 4 years, and I almost felt like it was like a marriage. But imagine 8 years, and that's the entirety of your like adult life, almost, excluding military. That's almost all of it. And he broke up because of the same reasons I told you in the introduction, because of his parents. And you might not understand that. Like, I don't understand that either. But he's from a very rich family. His father and mother are both doctors, but they're not ordinary doctors. They both own buildings. And it's like a massive hospital, both in Busan. And they live in one of the best apartments in Busan, so they're loaded. I think their grandfather generation has a lot of money too. They have a lot of land and stuff. He has 2 sisters above, and they're older sisters, and they have both married like the sons of like the biggest law firms in Korea. So he is definitely expected to marry someone within that class. So, it's very just common for lawyers, doctors, law firms, hospitals, all that, accountant firms or whatever, to just marry amongst themselves, and then they help each other out. Yeah, so he's the only male within the family. The parents apparently don't really care that much about the daughters. Because it's still a very patriarchal society and man-focused society. Up to our parents and grandfathers' generation, the man is the carrier of the bloodline. So what matters is, because like the family name gets dissolved if you're a woman. Like you marry, like if you're a Lee and you marry a Kim, your child is named Kim. So he technically isn't like a carrier of your name, right? You get it, right? So and that's why usually like there are multiple sisters above, and there's like one last male child, and that's very common among like our generation. So I have a bunch of friends, like two of my best friends are both like those cases. One of my friend who lives in New York, he has three sisters above, and he's the last male child, and so the parents try until they get like a son. So yeah, he's in that case. So the parents really didn't care about the daughters, but they were competent enough. So they married well, and they're living well off. They both live in the most expensive places in Seoul. That's what I heard. They live in Pampo area. Um, so there's like massive expectation on this my dude, my bro. And apparently the girlfriend, the partner he was with for 8 years, she's just, you know, a regular like 9 to 5 worker. And my friend, he was too, but he worked very hard to live up to his parents' expectations, and he went to like a big conglomerate. So I guess he's kind of jumped up in terms of like the highest you can get within like the 9 to 5 sector. Like I guess the equivalent for America would be like, you know, you start at like a regional tech company, and then you go to like Google or Meta, and you're working at Silicon Valley. That's his case. But I guess the girlfriend was a little bit more lax with her with her career, and she's just like, I'm just okay with my career path. And I guess the parents didn't really like that, because first of all, they the girls' sides, their family isn't that well off. They're just like an ordinary family. I don't know what her parents do, but like I've heard like they're not very rich or anything. But the girl herself, she's just at a regular 9 to 5 too. Nothing really special about. I don't want to say it's not special like character or human wise, but like in their lenses, in terms of like capitalistic and, you know, these superficial viewpoints, to them there's nothing really special that stands out for them. So they were like kind of very, you know, mediocre and like lukewarm about the relationship over the years, and they didn't really see any kind of improvement in her career or anything. So my friend was fighting till the end. He was like fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, seventh year. He's like, yeah, like she's the one I'm the most compatible with. Like I gotta marry her. I've been dating for 8 years already. It's just ludicrous if I, you know, give up on this. But then this is a real story. His parents, at the end, they said, if you do not break up with her, and I disapprove of her, she's not a fit for our family, and you have the competence, you have the assets, you have way more value in the market. There are plenty of beautiful, more attractive, and also good girls out there that would want to marry you. If you do not break up with her, I will not inherit my my real estate or anything that I have to you. I don't know if that's actually doable by law, but that was like an ultimatum towards him. And they even went to the extent of saying, we will like cut you from our relationships because we raised you to be the best with our best care and all our support, financial support and all of that. But if you do not grant us this one wish, then that's being disrespectful to your parents. And if you do not want to do that, then you do not, we do not, like, you are not entitled to anything more from this point on. And yeah, the conflicts just escalated over the years, and he even tried to persuade them by inviting her to like a family dinner and stuff. But then the parents were very investigative towards the girl, and she got very uncomfortable. And I heard that she ended up crying as well during the dinner, because the parents were very like aggressive towards her. and my friend got super mad about them too, and it just kept on breaking the relationship between the parents and also the girlfriend as well, and things got like very ugly over the years. And the girlfriend was also very anxious too. She was like, I'm getting old too, like you got to give me like 100% confidence that you can push this forward. Like I'm seeing so much disapproval and argument on the other side, but it seems like you haven't been trying to persuade them or anything. And the guy was like, believe me, I'm trying to convince them as much as I can, but they're just not buying it. So there's just stress everywhere, 360. So the girl's getting anxious. She's like I feel like if this doesn't work out, then it's gonna be a total waste of my 8 years. Then I'm gonna like lose my market value as well because I'm over 30 now. So I need like a backup plan too. You got to be realistic with this. I need your full, word on this, and if you can't give me that, I have no chance but to like break up with you as well. So it's gotten to that point, and the guy's like, you know, I'm trying to really do my best, and when maybe we can even push this through without like their, blessing or approval or anything. Maybe we could just do it amongst ourselves. And the girl's like, but I don't want to see that. I don't want to be in the midst of all that stress and conflict, and it's already stressful to think about those situations. What if they don't like appear to our weddings and stuff, and you will have problem with your finances and getting those like inheritances, and I don't want to ruin your life, and I don't want you loathing me and blaming me for those causes and stuff. So it's become a whole shit show, and the parents are like, we're gonna disown you. We're not gonna give you any of our money. Break up with her. So I think it's just all piled up, and my friend was pretty strong on the stance that he wanted to push through, but the anxiety just grew on the women's side as well, the girls' side as well, and she was like, I'm done with this. Like, if you can't, like, I can't drag this on further. Like, I love you. I've met you for like 8 years, but I don't see any kind of improvement, and I just can't waste my precious time like this. And the guy was kind of, in a sense, like on his side, a lot of people might blame him too, but on his side, he was kind of disappointed with that too, because in his perspective, he was trying to fight, but then, he believed that the girl would give him more time, but then I guess like it's a very complicated situation, and then at the end, all in all, it just all broke off, and he's been he didn't even let us know that he broke up, and it just became a huge shock to us, and he actually like started crying during the dinner. I felt so bad, and it's been like 6 months after they've broken up already, and he tried to like patch it up again. He reached out again, and he said like, like F it, let's just marry and like not think about anything. But the girl was like, no, I don't want to go through all that. So yeah, it's just a very unfortunate, sad ending, a bad ending in my perspective. I guess the parents are satisfied, and they're like, throwing him options after options, like, oh, this daughter, she's the daughter of this hospital's principal, and like this law firm daughter, this person from Harvard or whatever, and yeah. So and they even bought him the crazy thing is, right after he broke up, as a means of cheering him up, they even bought him a German car. That's freaking crazy. And he felt bad of accepting it, but he does need a car, so he just got it. But he was like, you did a tough decision, son, and then they bought him a German car. So it's a cruel world. I just heard that and it was like just so sad. Don't the parents see how sad he is? But they believe that sadness is just an emotion that you can conquer, and it flies away after some time. And eventually, in the long run, he will benefit out of their decisions and their judgments. Like all of these parents believe that they know better than the children, and the children are just like, you know, people that are emotionally swung by romance and all that, but they all know the world is like a real world, and those emotions fade away by time, and what lasts at the end are actual assets and you know, real stuff. But I don't know, maybe they've seen certain cases, they have different points of views in life. Maybe they've seen a lot of divorces or whatever, but yeah, it's just very sad when I heard that. And yeah, that's it. And we couldn't say anything but say, like, you know, cheer up. I guess if that's the water is spilt, you can't undo it. So I guess if she doesn't like accept you again, then the only thing you can do is just try your best to live a happy life on up from now. And it was just even more sad because the comparison with the other friend who's getting married, who's giving us the invitation to his marriage wedding, whose wedding. He also dated like for 5 or 6 years, and they're getting married, and so they're like a happy representation of like what a couple with love are just getting married with. And I guess his family isn't like that rich compared to like this other friend, and the families have similar classes, but still, yeah, it's so sad. I know. My mom took all my inheritance and cut me off unless I got married. Yeah, yeah, parents have a lot of like dominance over you. That's heartbreaking, I know. We want you to be what we want, even if you're doing good and succeeding in life. So from what I've heard, his parents don't really like think of him as like a success either, because he got like a normal office job. They wanted him to become like a doctor or like a lawyer or a business owner, but apparently because he got like an office job, he didn't go to like one of the top universities either. All his went to like Seoul National or, you know, Yonsei, and they got like all those grad school degrees and stuff. So he went through MBA as well in a good school, because his parents required him to. But yeah, it's good she can live a happy life, I guess. At this point, you can't undo anything, and you just gotta live your happiest life by yourself. What, because she's rich or him? His family is rich. His family is rich, but the girl's isn't. When you grow up in a culture where filial loyalty is a big deal, no one wants to be the reason to break up family ties. Yeah. This is giving Jebel energy. You don't even have to go up to like Jebels. Like, even among doctors, lawyers, and accountants and whatever, they have, this is very, very common. Yeah. Rich parents suck. But then a lot of people would also argue, like, I'm okay with arranged marriages, or like my parents controlling my life to some extent. I would rather have rich parents. A lot of people say that. Yeah. The girl just wanted to be accepted, and the boy just wanted to love the girl. So unfair. I know. Yeah, wealth can't stop you from spending, and nowadays no one buys German cars. Really? Well, in Korea, still German cars are seen as superior than domestic or Japanese American cars. Yeah. I think I would have taken the disownment. It's very hard for him too, because if you have like millions of dollars on the line. No, it's not even like millions of, oh yeah, millions of dollars, yeah. This is a level of trauma that he will carry on for years if not treated properly. I think so too. These K-drama storylines have come to from somewhere. It's not even a storyline, it's a trope. It's like very common. I'm at the airport now. I have some time before boarding. Glad I was able to join this live. Thank you, Alpha's Note. Have a safe travel. He probably won't truly be happy. But you never know about that because, like, this past traumatic experience, that is of itself, and of course it's going to indirectly affect him for the years to come, but that doesn't actually determine the independent variable or like opportunity for him to meet like another good person in the future too. So you never know. What would you do in this situation? Don't put me in that situation. First of all, I'm not rich, my family's not rich. I don't have to think of this. Did they actually live together? No, they didn't live together for 8 years. I think they lived together only for like the recent 1 year or so. They didn't like actually live together, but like basically lived together because they were spending all like the whole times together. They lived close, so yeah, they were just, you know, in one space all the time. You can live a happy life without a German cartoon. Yeah. My inheritance ended up being $130. So I'm glad I did what I wanted. That's bold. That's some courage over there. Wow, respect. Yeah. The irony for me is that I don't even have the money to pay my inheritance taxes. Well, inferring from that, I guess you had some problems with your parents as well about some kind of decision in life. But yeah, respect for you to sticking up with your no, like, what do you call it? Sticking with your principles and decision. I lived through this same K-drama in the US. I see, I told you, like, this is like a universal thing. It might be not as much common, but I'm sure like rich families or, you know, some conservative families all over the world have similar problems, and in some cultural atmospheres too. Also, if you're rich and being disowned, can you handle a life different from what you're accustomed to? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, up till now you didn't really have to like worry about, you know, maintenance or like what do you call it, just residence or food or anything, but then suddenly your parents stop supporting you and then everything is gone and you just feel that big gap. So that gets into your head, I guess. When you're the only child in your family, it's easier to say no. Parents just have no options. AKA me. Yeah. I'm like even saying to I even troll with my mom because she's one of the traditional ones. And I actually kind of like mess with her all the time when she brings up marriage, and I'm like, you know what, Mom? Actually, I feel like I'll just marry a robot. And I think that might even be better because, you know, there are so many perks of dating a robot. And I try to convince her, and she really takes it seriously because I'm of marriage age, and she's like trying to throw slippers at me and slap me. But I keep on going, saying like, you're so traditional. Everybody nowadays in my age are actually considering marrying a robot in the future. It's not a far away future. Like, look at Tesla. They have humanoids right now. Do you want to see this YouTube video? And I put it up on the screen intentionally, and she gets like super pissed, and she's like, ah! And I'm like, Did you ever see the movie Matrix? And I'm like, yeah, even when I'm in the brink of death, I think I'll enter the Matrix and just like, you can do everything there. And I put like these sci-fi stuff in her head and she gets like super triggered and it's just so fun. My parents asked if I wanted to be in their will. I declined. Wow, you guys are also like brave. In Latin America, even rich kids marry who they want. Haha, even against their parents' approval. Whoa, Latin American people being strong. Marry a robot? I think you watched Chobits the Enemy. What's Chobits? Have you tried matchmaking, David? If yes, what are your requirements? I'm a simpleton, you know. I'll be totally honest. If it's like a attractive female that doesn't have any like red flags, then I'm good. I'm down. But like my friends said at the sauna, everyone who knows me just says like you have just too high standards, you know. It's three, yeah, it's almost four now, so I think I'm gonna get ready to go to sleep and start another Monday. It's a long day ahead. But yeah, I gotta do a lot of work. Let's see what my schedule looks like today. Nothing really critical. It's the end of the. I should have applied for this program, but let's see what I can do. Other than that, I'll just start to try to finish that sponsored deal. Flight attendants that look like Karina, for sure. If anybody is like that. Yeah, guys. So, thanks for chatting with me again today. And, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. 375 of you. Before you go, please do me a favor and click that like button. And thank you so much for all the super chats and PayPals today. Check out my Patreon. I've been slacking off for a little bit on Patreon, but I promise there will be more exclusive episodes and there will be a monthly end of the month reaction coming soon. There are so many things to react to. Rose's apartment, that was good. Bruno Mars. And what else? There's Espa coming out today, I think. There's so much I saw that I needed to react to. Too high standards or not desperate enough? Both. Both. I just want to focus on business and earning money right now. I don't think dating is my biggest priority. And quite frankly, I think one of my psychological reasons, I think this is a big one too. To me, relatively, it's been not so long since I've been out of a relationship that kind of scarred me too. It was a very serious one and sincere one, but our timelines didn't align. And unfortunately, because of that discrepancy, we both had to decide to end the relationship. And I felt like I'm just in like this mode of my own, like I feel it kind of feels disrespectful to seek for another relationship in this moment right now. Although like a lot of people would argue like you've already been single for so long, but because maybe of the density of that relationship and the lingering sentiment that's still that's still in my mind and my heart. It's just very hard to like brush away that feeling. And I almost feel guilty if I were to actively seek for a relationship. So maybe I'm just like, I'm not proactive, I'm not desperate, I want to focus on, it's not my priority. I want to focus on business and money. And also like I'm not emotionally ready, or yeah, so maybe that's why I'm just like naturally waiting for the right time. Maybe at least like a couple more seasons to. Yeah, I don't know if she watches my streams. Like that's the bad thing about being a YouTuber, because even after breakup, I had to continue with my livelihood, right? Being a YouTuber. So me doing live streams, I usually talk a lot, and that exposes your daily life and a lot of subtle things about you, and that gives a lot of information to the other side while like communication is blocked. And it's a little bit unfair, but also yeah, it's like a downside of being a YouTuber, because probably like there's a high chance of the other person peeping into my live streams and watching some of them. And quite honestly, I've been peeping into like the her profiles and the pictures changing and stuff. And just recently, I think she will never watch this at the 2 hour and 40 minute point of this live stream, and she doesn't even speak that good English, so. But quite recently, when I checked her profile, she she updated her profile pic as a picture where I took her to see the foliage last year at like a nice place. We went on a drive together outside of Seoul, and of course we took like 100 pictures there, and there were a couple pics too. But then she posted a picture of herself, a solo pic at that background, uh, and then her background profile, her BGM, the background music. This is the nail in the coffin. Was, when we were breaking up, the last day we met up, um, I saw this very like sentimental music video, um, where it's talking about like a tragic breakup, but you have a heart still inside yourself that you don't want to break up and you want to like be together forever. So I was like, you know what? Let's turn this music video on and watch it together. I feel like doing that, and we were both crying and all that. And that's her background music profile right now, that particular song. So when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, no, don't do this." And when I told this to my friends, they're like, "What are you guys, like 15?" And I understand that sentiment, but then like I got into my feels, and yeah, it just hit hard. And obviously she has lingering thoughts about like the relationship and all, but it's gotten cold, and it's been quite a while, and I don't think I don't think we both have any intent on going back, because we know we had to make the hard decision because of reality and our differences in time. And so it was it's quite sad, like seeing the autumn leaves and stuff. No, I don't got a girlfriend. I'm talking about my ex, my recent ex. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sentimental. I feel for you. Yeah. The 15 years old of yourself is always inside you, dude. Yeah, so before I went to sleep, I turned that song on again, and then I had my inner self cry. And yeah, everyone has those phases. It is a secret message for me, of course. It's like I still miss you and stuff. It's like an expression. Yeah. Anyways, that was my 15-year-old self. I didn't respond to that secret message, but she knows that I acknowledge it because, yeah. How long have you been broken up for? Quite a while. Quite a while. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for today. The last part was a little bit sentimental and emotional. Can you tell us a happy romantic moment in your life to offset the mood? Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I always like told depressing stuff. A happy romantic moment? I don't know right now because I told that memory with my ex. Like I visually I can only think of that moment when we went to like that forest with all that foliage and autumn leaves, and you know, like just to let you guys know, if you're in Korea and you're in time for the autumn leaves, there's this amazing place you can go as a family or by yourself, or preferably as a couple. I'll show you it on the screen. I really hope she doesn't see this live stream because that, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. So it's this place. You have to reserve for the cable car before you go, and I highly recommend buying the tickets before too. But there's like a resort there too and all that. But it's called Hwadamsup. So this is the place we went. It's in Gyeonggi-do, Gwangju. That's like an hour and a half. But this is how it looks during the fall. And it's just really nice. You can ride a cable car over there, and there's like a little pond and restaurant over there, and it's an easy course. It's an easy hike, and it's just really, really amazing. There's like gardens and photo spots and all that. So yeah, go check it out if you're here. What the hell is this cringy introduction? Yeah, I hate this video style, but go check it out if you wanna. Yeah, the cable car is amazing, but you have to really like reserve well in order to get in the cable car. We didn't get in the cable car, but we just walked around, but it was amazing nevertheless. Yeah. So, like, if you're in Korea during autumn, I really recommend you, even if it's not this place, just going to any kind of mountain to just see the autumn leaves. So there's so many like, yeah, it's kind of like big, and there's so many attractions. This video doesn't have like the autumn leaves. That's stupid, but look at this. Looks so good, right? So beautiful. Yep. There you go. So, oh, it's already started. October 18th to November 17th. So plan your days well if you can go, and check it out. Yeah. So this is like the cable car. Oh, this is a horrible short. I just realized so many people are not very good at creating content. Yeah, that doesn't do justice to the place. But anyways. No problem, Kel. Thanks for tuning in today. Is that better than Nami? They both have its perks. Yeah. Yeah, Nami is beautiful too. But this place, definitely you need a car to go there. Yes. I think Nami Island is a little bit more accessible via public transportation. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you. I'll see you on Tuesday. Yeah, in actually a day. Less than 48 hours, because Anna and I are gonna do a joint live stream. Sincerely enjoy these lives. Me too. Okay. See y'all. I'll go get some rest. Bye. Thank you, everybody.